What's up guys? So today we're switching it up a little bit. We're working on this 1996 Toyota Camry, not on the Corolla anymore. It's a V6 LE. She needs new brakes in the back, so this is pretty much a simple video. Let's get started. Alright, so now that we have the car in the garage, so here's where I will be jacking up the car. This is the actual factory jacking spot. And actually, we will have to put the parking brake on for now because we'll need to remove the wheel. So let's do that now. On this one, it's got a pedal that you push. And now, let's remove this this wheel cap. I apologize in advance for the shaky footage, but I don't have my tripod with me right now. So unfortunately, I can't put the camera on a tripod. So to remove this wheel cap, simply pry it off. Yes, this was a lug nut. It broke a few days ago when I checked on these brakes. Whoever put tires on this car last over torqued the lug nuts a lot, and I had a lot of trouble getting them off. I have one in the mail. I'm going to make a separate video about how to replace that one. Let's just replace the brakes. So first off, taking the wheel off. So these lug nuts are 21 millimeters. Alright, now that they're all loose, let's jack up the car. Alright, now that the car is jacked up, we want to take off the wheel. Now, on this car, I like to put the jacks under this cross member here because it's one of the sturdiest spots around. To take this caliper off, this is what you're going to want to take off, this brake caliper right here. And the way you do that is you take this little bolt off right here, and then this whole assembly will slide up, and it has no bolt on the up here. It will just slide up, and then you push it that way, and it comes off. So this bolt here is a 12 millimeter bolt. Alright, so luckily this is also a 12 millimeter bolt. So just put the ratchet on there, or the wrench. But once you break it loose, it should come off easily. I'll just take it off completely. There it is. So now just take this off, and it should come off with ease. And there it goes. And now the way we take it off is slide it up, and then you wiggle it out. But be careful not to rip this this rubber mini boot here. So I'll just keep pulling on it. Oh, there it goes. Now this is the brake caliper. This would be a good time to inspect it and make sure it's not leaking, or it's not too rusty. This one, yeah, it is kind of rusty, but it's not leaking and it's working well. So I'm just gonna let it be for now. Make sure you don't let these hang by the brake line, because that's bad. So find a place to either hang it with a bungee cord or prop it up like this. Alright, now next, removing the brake pads. If they don't come off easily by hand, you can get something to pry them out with, such as a little screwdriver. So I'll get your little screwdriver. Okay, so wiggle it with two hands, in and out, and eventually it'll pop out. Come on. There we go. So, well, this rotor is not in the best shape either. Again, I am reusing this for now. Same as on the other side. These pads are worn completely down to the metal, as you can see here. Well, one of them is. The other one not so much. You can't even see the pad on that side, it's so small. So, let's get our new brake pads, compare them, and continue our brake job. So here are my my new brake pads. Bought these from AutoZone for $17 for both sides. So $17 for two pairs, which is not bad. Installation is the reverse process of the uninstallation. Actually, this is a good point to pause and take some brake clean and spray it just around this rotor on both sides to clean off any residue that is there from the previous brake pads. And it's also good to spray a little bit on these brake pads just to make sure they stick well. So here's our brake cleaner. And now just wait for it to dry. And now all you have to do is reinstall them. This goes on this side, so you just want to push it in. And this one goes on this side. Again, just push them in. They have little clips here that get in the way. Oh, there we go. I was just putting it in wrong. So the way you want to do it is outer part first, and then you push it in from the back. So outer part first, and then oops, and then you push it in from the back. That one's not. Oh, there we go. Oh, or not. Okay, I finally managed to get them in. The rotor spins freely. It's sticking a little bit, which makes me think that the parking brake is still slightly engaged. Yep, it was. So, now we have to compress this piston. This is a perfect time to clean up this guide pin here and this big screw here that serves as a guide pin to the bottom, or slide pin, sorry. This one actually looks pretty good, it just needs lubrication. So what I'm going to do is clean it up with a little bit of brake clean, and then get some silicone paste, put it on here, put it on this, slide everything back in, and compress that piston, put some everywhere on this bolt, put some on here. Now it's time to compress the piston so that we can put the caliper back on. What you want to do is get one of those big pliers. If you have a bigger one, go ahead. It's going to be easier. I've already done this, but what you want to do is gently clamp it down. I did it this way, or this way, it doesn't really matter. And so basically you put this like this, and then you just squeeze it, and slowly this piston should go in. If it doesn't go in, that means you probably need a new brake caliper. Also, if you see that this rubber seal is wet, it's actually, I think it's called a dust boot. I believe if it's wet, that means your caliper is leaking. That also means you need a new one. And if it doesn't go back easily, try undoing the bleeder valve, and you'll need an 8mm wrench for this. Undo it, untighten it a little bit, and make sure you have a little bucket or something, or a pan underneath it to catch the fluid, and then try squeezing this. Hopefully that works. But anyway, so compress the caliper, and then after you've put silicone paste on these slider guide pins, this one and the bottom one, position your caliper and put it back on. Make sure it's on there tight, and then if you compress this enough, it should just slide over. Now this here at the bottom, it moves apparently. So as you can see, it moves. It's a little bit seized up, but it moves. So after you've done this, all you need to do is slide this in and tighten it down. Just hand tight for now is fine. And remember this small screw that was holding on the brake line or the brake hose. Put that back and tighten these. And that's pretty much it. All you have to do now is put the wheel back on and torque it down. I torqued it to 85 foot-pounds, I believe. Obviously, you know, in a star pattern. Oh, actually, you should technically bleed the brakes. I've already done that. I'm all set, but you should bleed the brakes and just make sure there's no air in the system. I actually did have air, just a tiny bit of air in. I believe it was that other caliper over there. On the passenger side that had some air in it, but this one was fine. So that's it for the brake job. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.